I'd firstly like to introduce our guest for the evening, Don Diggleman. Clearly Diggleman Motors, providing again the car. Thank you very much for that, Don. And Alex Priest from the Sports Council. I'd also like to welcome my fellow instructors, all the students, and a very warm welcome to our Australian guests and fellow instructors, Leanne and Mark. Again, another year has passed and we find ourselves here in the Bay Court, and it's gone probably too quickly as usual. But this year is especially significant because this is our 10th year, our 10th anniversary in New Zealand, and I think that's an especially significant event because it's been 10 hard but very enjoyable years. We've come a long way in that 10-year period. The school has grown in terms of its overall maturity, encompassing technique, the range of skills we now offer, the depth of instructor knowledge and confidence, and especially in its overall philosophy. We now have clubs ranging from Whangarei to Invercargill, and I guess the biggest gap that we all know about is Christchurch, and that's very soon to be filled by the beginning of next year. And the New Zealand Wai Pai system is of course now being taught successfully in Australia. The past 18 months have been especially exciting in terms of Wai Pai's development, but have also been very challenging. Interestingly, the challenge has not been one of a training nature, as we've had in the past, in terms of the development of the style, but rather it's come from other quarters, other outside quarters, if you like. For those that know what I'm talking about, I guess we do have on our hands now a group of dissidents who believe that they can now offer a better product that's currently being offered, and therefore they have ventured to compete with us openly. I guess I'd like to take this opportunity to remind everybody that is here today that New Zealand Wai Pai exists in structure, in the training format, again in the instructor in confidence, and in the life skills that it can offer you all as students due to the chief instructor, Steve Kitson, through his relentless tracking towards a consistent goal directed at the highest quality product and his overall concern for student welfare. We have now attained the largest unified martial arts network in New Zealand. Within the next 8 to 10 years, I would predict a similar result in Australia. Let's now take this opportunity to reflect on Wai Pai, on our friends, our colleagues, our instructors and fellow students who have helped Steve Kitson in developing our art. And let's all be firm in our minds that New Zealand Wai Pai is the art of the future, and the team that currently assists in the development of our art will achieve the overall aim of continued development and increased proficiency both here and abroad. Without further ado, I'd like to ask Deputy Chief Instructor Dennis O'Connor to read the oath. I'll ask everybody to stand. Ladies and gentlemen, our usual welcome again by the Rotorua Club in the usual highly proficient way, the haka. The Rotorua Club doing what they do so very, very well. Before we start the formal side of the proceedings and going through to the finalists and the final events, we will be giving a rules demonstration. So there is no doubt in the students' mind, as I'm sure there's not by this stage, as to what will happen, but moreover for the public that are now sitting out there in the gallery. Firstly, there is a time limit on all the fighting, and the judge's decision regarding that time limit is final. Kicks to the thigh must come off the back leg, and they must be precluded with a shout or a ki-ai. Kicks to the body must make contact. Any kicks to the head not blocked will score a point. No point is scored, however, if the kick is successfully blocked. Similarly, punches to the body must make contact, must be shouted, but must be recovered. Recovery is very important with those punches. Punches to the face must also be recovered, and again, a ki-ai must follow. Takedowns are permitted, but are only scored if there's a finishing technique.
I like to go to the toilet.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that weren't with us during the eliminations earlier on today, these are only the finalists that you'll be seeing this evening, the people who have competed and have been placed first, second, third or fourth, and are now competing for the trophies within those categories. The first division up is the men's yellow to green belts, semi-contact free sparring. Your referee this evening is Deputy Chief Instructor Bernie Ellison from Wellington. In this division, the men's yellow to green belt, in fourth place from Auckland, John Appleton. From Hamilton, Scott Walker. From Tauranga, in second place, Trevor Kennelly. And the first place getter in this division is Roger Fenstra from Wellington. Ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to remind you that tea or refreshments, tea, coffee and cordial drinks are available to you in the upstairs area. And I'll also take this opportunity to remind all the guests here tonight that there will be a function held at the end of the finals in the upstairs bar. The finalists now for the women's yellow to red belt division, semi-contact free sparring. Finalists in the women's yellow to red belt. In fourth place, Margaret McLean from Auckland. In third place, Tanya Manaheri from Whangarei. In second place, Jenny Hogan from Auckland. And the first place getter, all the way from Te Awamutu, Karen Burgess. The next division is the intermediate, yellow to red belts. Finalists in the intermediate yellow to red belt. In fourth place from Rotorua, Pai Teo. In third place from Hamilton, Carl Chan. In second place from Auckland, Matthew Davis. And the first place getter from Hamilton, Sunny Cornelson. The next division is the junior yellow to red belts. The junior yellow to red belts. finalists in the junior yellow to red belts are: in 4th place from Rotorua, Erin Crichton. In 3rd place from Whangarei, Aaron Furs. In 2nd place from Rotorua, Tiara Wycliffe. And in 1st place from Rotorua, Wai Pai. The next event is probably one of the most delightful ones on the program. The Pee-wee yellow to red belts, the under 10-year-olds. Finalists in the Pee-wee yellow to red belt are: in 4th place from Rotorua, Esther Edmund. Also from Rotorua, in 3rd place, Renee Morgan. In 2nd place, coincidentally again from Rotorua, Tari Ruahine. And the 1st place getter, the Pee-wee yellow to red belts, from Te Puke, Troy Salt. The next event on tonight's program is the men's blue to red belt. The men's blue to red belt. finalists in the men's blue to red belt are: in fourth place from Auckland, Paul Walker. In third place from Wellington City, Stephen Meads. In second place, also from Wellington, Simon Malthus. And the first place getter all the way from Auckland City, Mackie McIntyre. What we've got for you now, folks, is a full contact demonstration with a difference. And this is the difference. Before we start the full contact demonstration, I'd just like to explain something about full contact in terms of the way we approach it in Wai Pai with our philosophy. We, as always, take all the precautions necessary in achieving a safe training aim. As you can see, the kids are decked up with headgear and protective fist equipment too. This is fundamental to our training system and to the way the instructors approach training and in their normal schools. Safety is always paramount, and even though these young children have got protective equipment on, they still won't be going at each other hammer and tongs. The green belt is only 5 years old, and the red belt is about 6.5 or 7. Give them a big hand. There's little Willie Corbett, and there's Troy Salt. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. At this stage of the proceedings, we are going to, I think, give you a demonstration of some sort. Flexibility is central to the art of Wai Pai. For those of you that maybe have not been to a nationals tournament before, New Zealand Wai Pai is a long-range fighting system or self-defense system. Clearly, to be proficient in a kicking art, one has to attain high degrees of flexibility. And as always, leadership should come from the top. There's the chief instructor. Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. That's a hard technique. This is a very difficult balance exercise. We call it the side kick hold. Works for headquarters, Wai Pai Kung Fu. If one had to use their self-defence to break somebody's rib, would be equally as easy as breaking a 1-inch board as Karen just demonstrated. The emphasis, of course, is applying the correct technique to the correct place. If the target is hit appropriately, the damage will be done. Just again, for those that may perhaps be a little bit lacking in information about Wai Pai, we are an internal training system. That very simply means that instead of developing an external crust or an outer shell due to external conditioning, an energy is developed within the body. Some call it chi. The energy system can be developed by everyone. It's just a matter of using breath as a vehicle to transport that energy to various parts of the body. Stage 1, which is taught at red belt level, is the development of the stomach, which acts as a central core or pool for that energy development. Breaking the bow of the stomach very simply tests to see that the energy, which will increase the hardness of the area or prevent bruising or internal damage, is up to the required level. Quite clearly, that is the required level. Also, part of stage 1 is the back. As I've just said, the energy can be transported to any part of the body. The stomach is where it's developed, but from there it can be transported using breath to other regions. This is the back. Please bear in mind that while this demonstration is going on, that this is an internal concept, We don't go through a whole lot of mindless bashing and conditioning. The system of Wai Pai at very senior belt level is quite appropriate in that it teaches people the whole concept of health. The health aspect comes in understanding the internal mechanisms and in being able to prevent bruising, or more to the point, reduce bruising if junior students do get it. So the senior instructors at 4th degree level and onwards are taught the basic concepts of acupressure and pressure release to help their students. This is the instep. This is Shane Murray, senior instructor, Auckland City, and that was a bow. Give him a big hand. I guess to some of you these techniques and these breaks look quite light, but bear in mind the energy is coming from within, and even though that was only a bow, it was only an instep of a foot too. And I think you've all probably dropped something on your instep before today, and it does hurt. The essential difference, ladies and gentlemen, is that even perhaps if the object wasn't broken, there would be no bruising left. If true internal strength is there, the bruising is not evident. With external styles, even though they may well be able to break some of the objects that we break, they would damage themselves, especially across a long period of time. So quite clearly our philosophy is to oppose long-term external conditioning. We prefer to do it through these internal methods, where there is no bruising and where there is no damage, thereby adhering to the philosophy of Wai Pai, fitness, health, and self-defence. This is Willie Corbett, and that's his forearm. What we're showing you here is really a broad range of the areas where one can develop this energy. As the evening progresses, we'll go on to some more heavier breaks, and we'll culminate with events like breaking a baseball bat across the legs and having somebody run over by the car. This is Kenneth Applegate, ladies and gentlemen, 17 years of age, 4th degree black belt, lives in Tauranga, gets his hair styled by Rodney Wayne. When he's not training, spends a lot of time surfing. riding his motorbike and talking to women who are considerably older than he is. Second degree black belt, senior instructor in the Waikato region. Those are two 1-inch concrete blocks. He made it look very easy indeed. Bear in mind that two 1-inch concrete blocks can be broken, then a lot of damage can be done if one had to defend oneself with that technique in a street situation. Without further ado, we're moving straight along now to the finals in the kata competition. This is the yellow belt kata, kata 1. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen, as they come on. We have 5 basic katas or open hand katas in our system. This is the first kata. The concept of competition kata is practice hard and fast with a philosophy that clearly if somebody cannot react quickly in a street situation or a self-defense situation, then they will be ineffective in that role. So we practice our katas hard and fast.
Be quiet while they're doing the kata.
Why? Let's finish.
Give them a clap.
No, take my own. Like time? What? Yeah? Yeah? Mommy really looking up. At long? And he went to the gym.
These people have had a grueling day, ladies and gentlemen. They're just not thinking too well at the moment. Here we go. And 4th place, from Auckland, Jenny Cooper. Third place from Rotorua, Esther Edmund. From Te Puke in second place, Shane Walker. And from Rotorua, in first place, Kitty Ransfield. The next event, logically, is Kata 2. Here are the finals coming on now. Remember, these people don't know what place they're in. This has not been pre-organised. They're competing from first to fourth place. We'll just ask the audience to remain quiet while the count's on so the students that are competing in the Kata competition can hear the commands. That was fantastic. Give them a quick clap. There's definitely some black belts in the making out of that bunch. A very tense moment now as the judges make their final decisions. For those that haven't been with us during the day, these people have been competing since 9:30 this morning. So that makes it a fairly long day. 12 hours of competition at this level is not an easy thing to go through. The finalists. The finalists in the Greenbelt Kata, Kata 2, are in fourth place from Tauranga, Corinne Byers. In third place from Rotorua, Andrew Stainton. From Tauranga in second place, Nui Brukin. And in first place from Rotorua, Parai Rangahina. That's a big trophy for a little boy. Well done. This is Kata 3, the Blue Belt Kata, and these are the finalists coming on now. within our system, Kata 3 is divided into 2 phases. That was very simply phase 1 of Kata 3. These people as blue belts or blue belt red tips have been training for 15 to 18 months. And as you can see, in that time, some of them are now looking pretty good. Here are the finalists. In 4th place, from Wellington, Andy Klenick. In 3rd place, from Rotorua, Gianna Whitcliffe. All the way from Auckland in 2nd place, Matthew Davey. Another Rotorua first, Junior Karaka. Now these people really worked hard during the day today, ladies and gentlemen. Kata 4 is one of the most demanding katas we've got, and these people really had to battle out among a large group of people. All the people that competed in the kata competition, and in fact competed here today, generally competed to a very high standard, and all deserve a trophy of some sort. This is Kata 4, the red belt kata. The majority of these people have been training for 21 to 23 months, and they put a lot of work into it at this level. Red belt is deemed to be the first of our mid-range senior level ranks, and after red belt we expect that people put in a lot of extra time and that they display a certain attitude that lends itself to holding the senior rank. Here are the finalists. In 4th place from Rotorua, Russell Thompson. From Mount Maunganui, Shannon Bloxton. In 2nd place from Te Puke, Troy Salt. And here's an Invercargill trophy, all the way from the deep South Island, Donovan Swain. Give Donovan a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. He's travelled a long way. He's certainly been worth his while. This is Kata 5, the black belt Kata, or the most senior of the open hand Katas. As you can see, Kata 5 is a very difficult kata. It incorporates a whole lot of high kicking in a circular pattern, high knee recovery, which is central to the training of Wai Pai, and snapping out more than one kick while balanced on that supporting leg. This is going to be a hard decision to make. In fact, it looks like the decision is so hard that there may be a rerun. Give them a big hand. Kata 5, second time round, takes one hell of a lot of energy. Looks like we have a decision. Kata 5 in fourth place from Tauranga, Kiri Hall. In third place from Rotorua, Lee Edmund. The second place getter from Auckland, Bevan Webb. And from Tauranga, the first place in Kata 5 is Karen Collins. Also within the Wai Pai system, we have what we call weapons katas. You've just seen our 5 open hand katas. We also incorporate weapons in the katas, and we're now about to see the finalists of the weapons katas. Throughout the day, ladies and gentlemen, we've seen both the set form weapons katas and the freestyle weapons katas. We're only going to show you tonight the finalists in the freestyle katas. This is Deputy Chief Instructor Dennis O'Connor, and his freestyle kata is the bow kata. Kenneth Applegate. This is the twin broadsword freestyle weapons kata. Fantastic, give him a big hand. This is Kiri Hall, freestyle spear kata. Last but not least, Karen Collins, broadsword kata. Well, I'm certainly pleased not to have to judge that event. Very high standard across all the four competitors. just seen the finalists in the freestyle weapons kata, and this is the way they were ranked. In fourth place, from Tauranga, Karen Collins. 16 years old, third-degree black belt. In third place from Tauranga, Dennis O'Connor. In second place, also from Tauranga, Kiri Hall. And the first place getter, Kenneth Applegate. The next event on tonight's program is the two-person empty hand set. This will be followed by the two-person weapon sets. This is Shane Murray and Bevan Webb, all the way from Auckland. Two-person, empty hand set. As you can see, a high degree of difficulty, incorporating kicks and gymnastics, and obviously the timing has to be very good. The students put these sets together by themselves, ladies and gentlemen, and they incorporate clearly the activities that they feel they have strengths in. Again, this is one of the beauties of Wai Pai, and that the students can achieve in the areas that they have those strengths in. Give them a big hand. Bevan Webb and Shane Murray. Kiri Hall and Kenneth Applegate. Tauranga students spent a lot of time putting this set together. Can Simon McCaskill come to the front desk here, please? This is Junior Karaka and Tamai Presley. said, Wai Pai allows the students to develop in the way they think is best for them and to capitalise on their individual strengths. Maybe I spoke just a bit too soon. From Rotorua, Junior Karaka and Carmine Priest. This is Janice O'Connor and Jill Griffith, all the way from Tauranga. This is a woman's self-defence set, so all you women out there, watch closely. Jill and Dennis never really have got on that well. So there we are, ladies. Another one for the women's emancipation movement. Throw the rubbish out and over the stage. Give them a big hand. Well, I'm not really sure what this means, but I've been passed a note here. I've been given a set of instructions. I've been told to introduce the following people, and I do it with somewhat of a hesitancy, but nevertheless, we'll see what happens. This is, after all, Wai Pai, which means we've got the flexibility for the students to put together what they feel is the best thing to put together and to capitalise on their strengths. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Jeff the Gerbil Ferguson and ravishing Rick Robb.
Dick Robb.
won't believe it. All the way from Auckland City. Ravishing Rick Robb and Jeff the Gerbil Ferguson. Give them a big hand. That is not a groin guard. From here, however, it does look like a groin. Jeff Ferguson. Don't get dressed, boys. This might be an appropriate time to remind you that in tonight's prize there is a trip for two, all expenses paid to Sydney. I think these two should perhaps take it and not come back. However, that is quite true. There is a trip for two to Sydney, and also there will be some cash prizes drawn for second and third place getters, who we deem to be overall best competitors and those who fare the best in terms of accruing the most prizes throughout the evening. Well, trying to forget about that last two-person set, here are the places in the open hand two-person set. In fourth place in the open hand, two-person set, from Rotorua, Tamai Presley and Junior Karaka. In third place, Tauranga students, Kitty Hall and Kenneth Applegate. All the way from Auckland, in second place, Shane Murray and Bevan Webb. And maybe Jill and Dennis do get on quite well after all. In first place, Dennis O'Connor and Jill Griffin. We're going to move straight into the two-person weapons set. This is Guando versus Bow. And it looks like the bow may have won. This is broadsword versus bow. Karen Collins, Dennis O'Connor. Give them a big hand. This looks just a little bit unfair somehow. This is actually a mother and daughter set. Elaine's now lying on the floor, and that's Renee, 6 years old. Give her a big hand. Return of the Ninja. This should be fun. We feel that in Wai Pai, allowing students to develop in this way and put their own influence into their two-person sets and their martial arts, it allows them to develop properly as martial artists. What strange students we have in Wai Pai. Here are the finalists in the two-person weapons set. In fourth place from Rotorua, the mother and daughter team, Renee and Elaine Morgan. In third place, Jeff Barrett and Carl Wooten. Jeff and Carl are both from Mount Maunganui. The Tauranga contingent in second place, Dennis O'Connor and Karen Collins. And here's the Hamilton contingent in first place, weapons two-person set, Jared Ha and Will Franson. This is a new event, the next event on the program. It's what we call a group kata. It's a little bit like synchronised swimming without the water. People or groups of up to 5 people are competing in some sort of synchronised form. And the two finalists, or the two teams competing against each other, are Tauranga and Te Awamutu. And here's the Te Awamutu team marching on now. Team captain, Sharon Stevens, so very ably at the helm. Here's the Tauranga team marching on now. Team captain Dennis O'Connor. A lot of Wai Pai is teamwork, and we feel that through this group kata, we've got a vehicle where we can achieve even more of that camaraderie through the teams. And here are the results. In second place, the Te Awamutu team. Team captain, Sharon Stevens. And in first place, for the first year of the Team Kata, the team of black belts from Tauranga. Team captain, Dennis O'Connor. Going to have another slight break and show you a few more things by way of demonstration. As always, this part is usually fairly disorganised and nobody really knows what's going to happen. Sorry. Simon McCaskill's in the audience. Can he just come up to the front again, please? Chief Instructor Steve Kitson, 7th degree black belt, and that's one hell of a piece of wood. Although, it's one hell of a fist on the end of his right arm. Bear in mind again for the members of the public which may have joined us in the latter stages of tonight's proceedings, Wai Pai is an internal training style where the students are taught to develop an internal energy, or chi as it's sometimes called, using breath as the vehicle for the transportation of that medium. The breaks that you're seeing tonight are not done in an external manner. There is no bruising, there is no damage, there is no pain. This looks like a spinning back kick, and that looks like about 4 inches of wood at least. This is a very heavy brake, ladies and gentlemen, very heavy brake indeed. Half the trouble is that the stuff is moving in the board holder. There it is. Give him a big hand. You may have noticed with that particular technique, it wasn't the velocity of the shot or the speed of the technique, if you like. It was just the application through the target with that internal force applying through. Now here's a different focus for that same internal force. You've just seen all the breaks you've seen so far have been where the technicians have been breaking something. This is different. Something is now about to be broken over the technician. There will be no bruising left. That's the essential ingredient. And that was a baseball bat, and as you can see, the chief instructor still has 2 legs. This is Brett Boyd. This is an iron hand technique, using the knife hand part of the hand, and that is a coconut. Transporting the chi from the tang chan in the stomach region to the knife hand region of the hand. Like every technique, the damage can only be done if the technique is applied directly to the object. Coconuts are fairly solid things, ladies and gentlemen. Generally, coconuts come from the Fijian Islands. We import them on a regular basis. In fact, we import about 200 tonnes of coconuts every month. This is a particularly hard coconut. Console yourself in one factor, that if Brett can't break this, the chief instructor will. Quite seriously though, if he doesn't break it, it doesn't matter. The essential ingredient is that he won't be getting hurt, and that is the true test of this internal energy that I've been talking about this evening. But by the look on his face, I think he's going to break it somehow. Like flexibility training or kicking and punch training, like flexibility training and kick and punch training, there it is, it's gone. What I was saying is, like flexibility training and kick and punch training, internal strength development is also something that takes time. A junior black belt cannot expect to have the same sort of internal energy as the chief instructor. And it's something that you have to spend time on and developing, and you have to spend time breaking. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the breaking that we're doing for you this evening is a display for you people. We do breaking as a group of black belts to test our own internal strength ability. We don't do it for public displays as a method of displaying our art so much. It's really to test our own internal ability, but because it is central to our art, we are doing it for you this evening. This is Wolf Branson, and those are 2 quarter-inch basement blocks, and this is a heavy break. You may have noticed with that one again, it may be quite obvious to you that the fall of shot that I talked about earlier was not particularly fast. It's the energy that comes from within that does the damage. As the hand strikes on the object, the energy comes out of the hand and does the break. That's 4 concrete slabs. And this is Willie Corbett, Senior Instructor for the Rotorua region, 2nd degree black belt. This is a knife hand strike technique. There's 5 parts of the hand where one can develop this internal energy. The knife hand that Willie's displaying to you now is just one. The knuckles, the back fist, the ridge hand, and the palm are the other 4. There's nothing quite like a nice break. And that was a nice break. What you've seen so far have been relatively muscular parts of the body, the shin, the hand, the back, and even the stomach to a lesser degree. What you're going to see now is the throat. The throat is generally a mechanism which is designed to swallow water and food and enables you to breathe with. We've got a 4th element that we find the throat can be particularly useful for, and that's bending spears. There's Dennis O'Connor and Bernie Elson, both Deputy Chief Instructors. Looks like we're getting some tiles set up as well. These guys are going to bend the spear with their throat, which is what they're doing now. That's one source of internal development. That the energy has been taken from the tang-tan or the stomach region and it's been applied to the throat. While they're doing that, they're going to apply a second source of internal energy, using breath as that same vehicle. Dennis to his shins, and to the back. Give them a big hand. Well, there's one more. Here comes the head. The grand finale for tonight's demonstration, after we've cleaned up, is the car. Now that's the case, and I'm sure that the majority of people here that are here this evening are associated in some way with Wai Pai. For those of you who are in any way skeptics, if you go and try the previous techniques you've seen, you'll get hurt. If you do this next technique, the chances are you may get killed. Okay, none of these have been tricks so far. And this is a car, and it's going to drive across somebody's stomach. What's the use? Just one further thing with the development of internal strength while we're waiting is that age or sex is no barrier. Young children can develop internal strength in the same way that the elderly can. It doesn't matter whether you're a male or a female. Internal strength can be developed by everyone. These black belts haven't got anything that you as the public have got. However, the development of internal strength, given the power that it can create, is kept under control, if you like, until we have decided that the students have got a particular attitude towards their fellow human being. And clearly that's a good-natured one, so that this internal development isn't applied in a dysfunctional manner. This is Dennis O'Connor. There's no specific diet required to develop internal strength, so you can have a car drive across your stomach, although Dennis does spend an awful lot of time at McDonald's. Dennis is probably unaware of this, but this car is loaded with a whole lot of basement blocks in the back boot. Give him a big hand. The car, courtesy of Diegelman Nissan. A good quality car. I'm sure that if any of you are in the market for a brand new car, if you go down and see the team at Diegelman Nissan, they'll give you a decent discount. And if you ask very nicely, they might lie down in front of it while you test it. Okay, we've got the next full contact demonstration. This is two adults. Looks like we've got Willie Corbett from Rotorua and Bernie Ellison from Wellington. Bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that even though these two gentlemen are protected with both headgear and fist protectors, they will still be pulling their punches. I think you've just seen the power that both these guys have got. If they were to apply a decent kick or a punch to the body, they would be doing damage. The objective of this exercise is to hit fairly hard, but they're not looking to hurt each other, obviously. For those of you that have been with us for the entire day, and even those that have just joined us recently this evening, I think you'll see quite clearly that the camaraderie developed in Wai Pai is very strong. And a lot of these people have been training together now for some considerable amount of time, 8, 9, 10, 11 years even. Well, not 11 years, because this is, after all, our 10th year anniversary. So that's almost impossible. However, with that amount of time, these people have got to know each other, and the friendship is very strong. So even if they were to decide to go for hammer and tongs at each other, I doubt that it will be with intent to do damage. Full contact fighting, knee strikes are permitted. Boxing techniques are essentially employed, and of course kicking techniques are employed as well, hence the term kickboxing. Very physical sport, ladies and gentlemen, very physical indeed. You get out there with that headgear on and you go for it, full power, or even three-quarters power, at the way that those guys are, you'll find it very, very exhausting. One of the key ingredients with full contact fighting or competition is a high level of fitness. Give them a clap, ladies and gentlemen. That's Bernie Ellison, Deputy Chief Instructor, runs the Wellington division. And that's Willie Corbett, Senior Instructor for the Rotorua area.
David, get him ready for the hang on the card. Pee-wee's round and back out.
The next event on this evening's program are the Pee-wee round to black belt. The Pee-wees, remember, are 10 years of age and under. These are the finalists, those who competed very hard throughout today's event. Just waiting on our referee, ladies and gentlemen. In the Pee-wee Brown to Black Belt division. In fourth place, from Tauranga, Reese Nicholas. From Rotorua in third place, Rotorua Morgan. In second place, another Rotorua trophy, Melody Morgan. And the first place getter, yet another Rotorua trophy, Violet Corbett. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, the third and fourth place getters were decided during the eliminations earlier today. The next event on tonight's schedule is the Junior Brown to Black Belt division. Here are the finalists in the junior brown to black belt division. In fourth place from Rotorua, George Corbett. Certainly a lot of trophies going to Rotorua tonight. Third place getter from Tauranga, Kiri Moore. From Cambridge, second place getter, Brendan Arnold. And in first place from Rotorua again, Jeremy Clark. The next event is the intermediate brown to black belt. We're winding up to the final event for the night, which is of course the men's black belt sparring. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, at some stage this evening we will be giving a trip to Sydney, away to one lucky competitor. All expenses paid, and of course there will be cash prizes drawn at the end of this evening's event. And remember, there will be a bar open after tonight's proceedings at the end of the black belt sparring. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the winner, Richard Kinney. The rest of the finalists in the intermediate brown to black belt event. In fourth place, all the way from Invercargill, Mark Button. Give him a big hand. Newly graded Auckland black belt, Jeff Ferguson. In second place from Rotorua, Tamai Presley. And in first place from Whangarei, Richard Kingy. Here we have the finalists in the women's brown to black belt. Sharon Stevens and Joel Griffin. I'm sure these two ladies will perform a lot better if their relative clubs cheer for them. Let's go, people. Heads them on. The finalists in the women's brown to black belt division are in fourth place from Rotorua, Elaine Morgan. In third place from Tauranga, Karen Collins. Second place from Hamilton, Sharon Stevens. And there's the winner from Tauranga, Jill Griffin. The second to last event on tonight's program is the men's brown to black belt division. We're nearly, very nearly up to the men's black belt finalists for 1989. Here are the finalists in the men's brown to black belt division. We're just having a slight delay. There's a major technical problem. We've run out of champagne at the front desk here. Here are the rest of the finalists in the men's brown to black belt division. In fourth place from Whangarei, Robert Marwick. Another newly graded black belt. In third place from Rotorua, Robert Reed. Another Rotorua trophy, Peter Hawkins, second place. And here's another successful Invercargill placement in first place, Peter. Well, this brings us to the final event. Of tonight's program. The men's black belt division. Now in this event, there will be two bouts. We haven't decided third or fourth, and we definitely haven't decided first or second. This next bout is the fight off for third and fourth place. As you're looking at the contestants, on the left-hand side, from Rotorua, Willie Corbett. And again, as you're looking at it, on the right-hand side, all the way from Auckland, Shane Murray. This is the third or fourth place. Men's black belt division, 1989. God, that was exciting. This is Wai Pai Kung Fu, people. The excitement is just unbelievable. Here it is, the one you've been waiting for. The competition for the first and second place getters, 1989 Black Belt Division. However, I will remind you that after this bout, we do have the presentations for the best competitor for 1989. And of course, we're going to give away the trip for two to Australia, all expenses paid, plus the cash draws we talked about. And I will take this time to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that of course the bar will be open after this event. Cheers. This is Will Franson and Dennis O'Connor. Certainly looks like Will is taking a significant lead at the early stages of the bout. Will Franson was the winner, 1988. So he's got a lot at stake. Dennis is the opposing team. There's some good points by Dennis O'Connor. These guys are getting really tired. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, cheer for these guys. I don't believe these two. You think they were having an affair. Here it is, the decision. The winner of the Black Belt Division for 1989 is... Dennis O'Connor! Can we have the contestants up from the Black Belt Division for the third and fourth places as well, please? Third and fourth place getters on the floor, please. Fourth place for 1989 in the men's Black Belt Division from Auckland, Shane Murray. And third place from Rotorua, Willie Corbett. From Hamilton, Will Franson, last year's winner. And there he is, Dennis O'Connor. Decide at this point who in fact are the best competitors. We've got 4 positions for best competitor for 1989. 1 boy, 1 girl, and 1 man and 1 woman. Would the following people please come up onto the stage now? Troy Solis, Evan Webb, Dennis O'Connor, this is the group from which these 4 positions will be selected from. Karen Collins and Kenneth Applegate. Esther Edmonds. And Ruth Nichols. Elaine Morgan. And Willie Corbett. Come on, Willie, come on up here. All the way from Te Awamutu. Sharon, where are you? Sharon Stevens, come on up here. And last but not least, Kenneth Applegate. It's customary at this point, ladies and gentlemen, oops, we've just missed one name out. Jill Griffin, where are you? It's customary at this point for our guests to decide who the best competitor is in those 4 categories aforementioned. So what I'll ask is that all the competitors just spin around 180 degrees so our guests can have a look at your faces. The 4 categories are Best Boy, Best Girl, Best Man and Best Woman. Now remember that this event is given away not on technical competence, but on, very simply, the person who our guests felt deserves the trophy the best. The decision has been made. This is always a very difficult category to give away because clearly everybody deserves a trophy given the effort that they put in and the amount of training that has gone into tonight. Junior girl for 1989 is Esther Edmonds. From Rotorua. The best junior boy for 1989, as deemed by the director of the Sporting Foundation for Tauranga, Alex Priest, is Bevan Webb. And in the women's category, the winner is Elaine Morgan, also from Rotorua. And we'd normally give away a male adult category at this point, but we are giving away this year another boys category. And in the Pee Wee event, the most light competitor for 1989 is Dennis O'Connor. Well, this nearly finishes the 1989 Grand Nationals at Wai Pai. Nearly, but not quite. We've still got that trip to give away. We've still got the cash prizes to give away. And of course, we still have to open the bar, which is very close to my heart just right now. However, before we do that, we'd just like to present our special guests for this evening with a little token of our appreciation for their being here and for the decisions that they've made. Mr. Don Diggleman from Diggleman Listen. And Alex Priest from the Tauranga Sporting Foundation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure on your behalf, I've been here a few years now and there's been a great improvement here, and to Steve Kitson and his instructors, they're doing a fantastic job. And to you who come from Invercargill, we're pleased to see you here in Tauranga, and we hope to see you here again. And thank you very much for supporting this tournament.
Okay, we're just going to draw the prizes. The way we've done it is that all the people that got a placing first through fourth have gone into a box. We're going to ask our guests tonight to draw one of those people out of the box, and the first one is for a $100 prize. Just think, some lucky person is going to be winging their way, courtesy of Air New Zealand, to Australia. All expenses paid, trip for two to Sydney. It would be very ironic if it was Mark and Leanne.
Aaron Colby.
Here it is, a draw for $100. This is like the Emmy Awards. And in the category of biggest flirt for 1989, the winner is Kenneth Applegate. All the way from Mount Maunganui, Sharon Bloxham. Sorry, Shannon. Well, here it is. The trip to Australia, courtesy Air New Zealand, organised by Stars Travel International. All expenses paid. And here it is. Well, looks like I've won it. This trip is redeemable in July or August of this year. Return trip to Sydney, including transfers and accommodation for 2 nights, to be utilised in June or July accordingly. Here it is. I console myself in the fact that Kenneth Applegate can't win it. Well, how delightful. They might like to come up and announce their engagement too. The winner is Margaret McLean from Auckland. I think it would be very appropriate if Shane Murray came up and accepted the prize with her somehow. Courtesy of Stars Travel International. Well done, Margaret. Congratulations. We have, just before we close tonight, or more to the point, just before the bar opens tonight, which is probably a better way of looking at it, we have a couple of things to award. I think tonight's been a great success in every respect. We've seen a very high level of competition, but more than that, we've seen a whole lot of camaraderie that's been developed across 1989 and indeed throughout the last 10 years with Wai Pai. You've seen people competing at 100%, the maximum of their ability, and you've seen no one get hurt. And I think that's significant in a pugilistic martial arts tournament. I think that the result of that is the sort of training that we've all had as students under the Chief Instructor, Steve Kitson. And at this time, we've got a couple of things that we'd like to give to Steve, and I'd just like to point out that this is our 10th anniversary, and we do have a fairly significant gift to give to Steve at the end of the year. Unfortunately, that thing wasn't ready just right now, so as a token of our appreciation from all the New Zealand and Australian students of New Zealand and Wai Pai, thank you, Steve. Another gift, the instructors from Australia would like to offer this to Steve as a token of their appreciation for... I know what for the development of Australia, which is, as I predicted, going to be extremely big over this next 2 or 3 years, and will be as big as New Zealand, or bigger within the next 5 years. From Leanne and Marcus, Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for supporting the 1989 tournament. The bar is open, the drinks are on. Steve Kitson.